To ask you was, how was your experience? Were you treated well? Did the mammogram go well for you? Was there a lot of pain involved?
The process was a wonderful process. There was no pain. Everyone treated me well. And this is my second mammogram. And the first one I remember being a little bit more painful. But this wasn't painful at all, just pressure. And like I told Leanne, we're athletes, so, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you break a hand, break a finger, sprain an ankle, so that wasn't painful at all.
Right. And the way that you were treated, the way you were brought in and asked the questions, and the way the mammogram was performed, except of course for some of the people being around, few, is exactly how everyone should be treated. That's part of the point. I know that when I talked with you, I discussed, and this is important for what we're discussing now, a family history of breast cancer and how significant that is. But to also keep in mind when you're talking with people that 1 out of 7 women get breast cancer. So it's not just the women who have a family history, but all of us need to be aware. And this is interesting that we have these young ladies, because right now they're not at the age where we would do any procedures, but for them to be aware and to be in the walks, etc., that promote breast cancer, gives them an opportunity to talk with the children in their own school. And I think that's real important.
Well, I did have, after you left, I did have a question. I didn't want to talk in front of the cameras, but since they're not, Ms. Teason. One of the questions, I was kind of confused when you were telling me that every 6 months, MRI or the other procedure.
There are certain high-risk clinics in the country that will do that.
But I don't need to get it?
No.
Okay.
MD Anderson's program, you even are more high risk. It would be, you know, your mother, 2 maternal aunts, your mother, your sister, your maternal grandmother. Okay. So that's why they always ask you every time you go in, is there a history? And sometimes I answered that, but in a year somebody else can in the family.
Okay.
And the major centers, what they'll do is they'll up your risk category.
Okay.
And to get to high enough risk, what they will do is actually alternate every 6 months.
Okay.
You are not at that point yet.
Okay. So basically what I need to do now is get an MRI.
Right.
And then a year from now, do another mammogram.
Right.
And an MRI?
I think what will depend then is how the mammogram looks.
Okay.
My guess is that your breasts will still be as dense as they are now.
Okay.
And then the answer will be yes.
Okay.
Put you at low risk.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think recognizing that my mom's, the biggest key to her being here next to me was early detection, has really increased my awareness. And I started my mammograms when I first turned 30, and I've had one every year since.
And that's reasonable because of the family history.
Right, and also making sure that our diet and our lifestyle is consistent with trying to keep our risks low. And that's something that we try and keep in our family with my girls. And
right.
So it's all about awareness and education.
It is. And I think a lot of people think, well, you know, I'm 23, so I have some pain or I feel a mass. I'll just let it go. And not to scare anybody, but the youngest patient at MD Anderson is 12. The youngest breast cancer patient that I've seen personally was a month ago at the Rosa in Houston, 19. So obviously that's not common, but to have a mass and then just assume that it's okay, it's not how we want it to go. We'd rather see that young lady, biopsy it, so that we know that it's not breast cancer, and if it is, then do something about it, treat it. So it makes a big difference to the younger women recognize that they also can and should get ultrasound mammogram if there's a problem.
Okay.
I think CHRISTUS Santa Rosa has done an excellent job bringing the mobile mammography unit out here to Westover Hills even before the imaging center was open to start providing that service to this community. And our imaging center has great facilities for that. It's going to be great in helping educate this community and keeping them informed.
Well, I'm excited it's going to be at the game. on August 29th.
It'll be exciting, and your birthday.
Yeah, oh yeah, can't forget that.
No.
But you know, I was just talking to Leanne, and then she told me that they're going to have the mobile
Mammography unit?
yes, there, and I'm excited. I'm excited, and I hope a lot of women go out there and sign up and get it done.
Yeah.
I was one of those women that actually took advantage of the mobile unit.
Did you really?
I was working, that's how I was diagnosed. I was working
Wow.
at home, I mean at the office. One of my coworkers came in and she had just been diagnosed. And I told her I had never taken a mammogram in my life. I was 50 years old at that time. And after I finished my conversation, turned around and started working again, and there was an announcement from my company saying, we're going to have the mammogram out there today. And I took advantage. Immediately I picked up the phone and said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it. A week later I had my notice. You need to come in for further tests. So that 5 minutes that I took to get my mammogram taken is what made me be here today. So I hope that during the game, a lot of the women during intermission or come on early so you can have your test taken. It will make a great deal of difference.
And that was your initial mammogram.
That was
your
my first
baseline examination.
Wow.
That's exactly right. That was my baseline examination.
Wow. Well, of course, August 29th is Breast Cancer Awareness Night, of course, and so I think we get to wear pink jerseys.
Yeah,
yes.
of course.
I know. And then we auction them off after, and so I'm not sure who we donate the money to. I think it's spread out, but I know that the WNBA and San Antonio Silver Stars is a big supporter of breast cancer awareness, and we do raise money for that. So and it's fun. The auction we did last year, the auction was fun. We had I don't know what the guy's called when he come and do the bidding. Yeah, he's funny, and you know, he keeps it going, and the fans are there, and it's just I mean, I think the highest. What did Becky and VJ went for the highest? $5,000. Yeah, $5,000 for one jersey.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so.
The jersey signed.
Yes.
And the jersey
actually it was the jersey we wore. It's all sweaty and all that and signed, and so they wanted that.
Yeah, and you don't
They pay
watch
$5,000. No, you don't. No. Oh, yuck. No, I'm just teasing.
But that's something else too, that, you know, young ladies in our culture these days, they are athletes now themselves, and they go to these things. I mean, that wasn't true X number of years ago. Didn't do that. And I think for women to step up who are athletes and show both sides, the athletic side, the female side, I think that's a real plus for the younger people in our country. They need those kind of role models, and you do fit that beautifully.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Start off, Helen.
The WNBA.
Expect great.
Now, am I supposed to say that too? Because I just started smiling. The WNBA.
Expect great.
She has 3 7-year-old kids like you. Can you imagine that?
3 of them.
Are they all triplets? Or
Well, they're triplets, and it's 2 boys and 1 girl.
Wow. Can you imagine 3 of your sisters?
I've always liked pink.
See, I always wanted an older child and then have, but I don't think I'm gonna have any more kids. That's out the question.
Mom, don't have any more.
Well, don't you want a little brother?
No, I don't want any more.
She has a little brother.
Oh.
He's like their playmate.
Yeah.
I have 3 kids, yeah.
No, he's like,
Reaching my goals, I think, can inspire young children because of the road I took. Just the ups and downs, being persistent, overcoming obstacles, and just teaching young kids that everything doesn't come easy. You have to really work at it. So I think that in itself is inspiration, and I hope it's inspiration to young kids to know that they have to really work at everything.